episode 73. The best host is back. Just kidding. Hey Kyle, how's it going?
Hey Tyler.
Starting it off strong. I'm just kidding. You did a great job last week with the podcast. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And it seems like people liked it. I got some comments on it and they thought it was interesting, so
Well, that's good. I'll have to interject every once in a while and just take over and maybe do it a little differently. Maybe do it my way next time.
yeah, you never know. Well, alright. It's the VitaCast. It's been a whole week. We've got some news, we've got some new releases, and we've got a few games that we've been playing. So let's do the first thing, and that would be what we've been playing. Kyle, what have you been playing?
Well, I've actually been pretty busy this week, so I haven't played a whole lot, but I did play a couple Vita games, thankfully. Um, I played some Killzone Mercenary, which is, I guess, my current go-to addiction. I'm trying to get back to Hot Shots Golf, but I keep getting sidetracked, so I'll get there eventually. Anywho, so I played some of that, played a little online, and played some single player, so that was interesting. It seems like single player gets easier and easier, and multiplayer just stays the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anywho, moving on. I also played some Helldivers because of that patch that dropped. I wanted to see how nerfed the mech ammo was, and it's not that bad. I didn't have too much for trouble, so it was interesting. I didn't encounter any issues, but I didn't really encounter any issues before other than not being able to connect to you very easily, so it's all good. And they got me that trophy that, we missed in round 2 for whatever the hell. So, yeah. So, all good on that front. And I also played Monster Bag. I cleaned up some trophies that I had missed the first time through, kind of. And I still haven't got all the way through it, but I'm farther than I was now. So,
What do you think?
like I'm on like level 15 or something. I don't know. It's good and it's bad. I don't know.
Interesting.
At the same, like I really like the idea and the art style and everything. It's just the execution on some of the stuff. I'm like, I would rather do stuff more like the first couple of levels and have it be like an easy game and be done than have it, I don't know. It's not like it's hard later. It's just kind of annoying. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I feel. So
I
I would rather they have made it an easier game and not so annoying than an annoying game that I can't seem to get back to finish. So yeah.
I got
But
you.
yeah, that's what I've played this week on Vita. And then of course there's my addiction, which we won't even mention. What have you been playing, Tyler?
Well, alright. I've got a long list, but some of them I'll just mention and that's about it. So the first one would be Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. Yes, you heard that right. I decided to rebuy that game because I sold it a long time ago, and I figured why not pick it up again. It's cheap right now, and who knows, maybe it'll be fun to mess around with some multiplayer. But anyways, played a little bit of that. I also played some Crinkle Crusher because I've got the review for that one, and I just beat it today, so hopefully I can get that review out ASAP. I also started up Helldivers to get that trophy, but that's literally it. I didn't play any of it, so I guess that doesn't really count. But yeah, got the trophy. Woo! And then I played a little bit of Minecraft. I started a new world, like a survival world where I have to survive on an island. So my girlfriend and I did a little bit of a video of that, and it was interesting. So if you want to see that, feel free to go to my channel and check it out. I think I killed like 3 people in Borderlands 2 and then stopped because I decided I wanted to play something else, and that was MLB 15 The Show, doing a little bit more of that. Still frustrated about certain things, but still having fun in it. I also played some Sketchcross, not a lot, just a little bit. It's an interesting puzzle game. If you like Sudoku, then this might scratch that itch. But yeah, it's an interesting little puzzler type game. I also played a little bit of Shovel Knight, not very far, but I played a little bit. I'm enjoying it. It's a fun little game. But yeah, still not that far, so I want to play more of that. And I think I played some Titan Souls. I can't remember if I played that last week or if I actually played it this week. I think I did. Anyways, I played Titan Souls, maybe. And I am starting to get really good at that game. Like, I was able to kill like 3 bosses in under like 30 minutes, I think. And I felt like a badass. Uh, so yeah, I think that's all I played. I might have played Killzone Mercenary with you. I think I might have. Yeah, did we play this weekend?
We didn't play this weekend, I don't think.
I think we might have.
Maybe. I don't know. The days all run together for me.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't remember.
when you're up for all of them, it's like whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I can't remember if I did or not, but if I did, then I did. And if I didn't, I didn't. But there you go. That's what I played. So let's move it along to the reviews this week. Kyle, what do we got this week?
All right. Well, we've got 3 reviews this week. First up, we've got Tennis in the Face, which was reviewed by Liam. He gave it a 3.5 out of 5, saying, quote, Tennis in the Face is a great game at a good price. It'll keep you occupied for a few hours, but that's the game's main problem. It only takes a couple of hours to complete. Casual gamers will enjoy it, but hardcore gamers will be left feeling disappointed, end quote. So it looks like something, well, he said it there, casual gamers would like, and it's maybe not for hardcore gamers. So maybe read his review if you're interested and try and decide if that one's for you or not. Have you played that one, Tyler? I forget.
Yeah, I played it. It's a fun little game. Definitely agree with his review. If you're really into that Angry Birds, then this could scratch your itch for a very cheap version of Angry Birds, unlike how expensive Birds is on the Vita.
Yeah, although it is on sale right now, so if you are an Angry Birds nut, you might want to grab that in North America.
Ooh. Or not.
Or not. Anywho, there's a review of that on the site as well. If you're interested, I reviewed it, so it'll be nicely written. Yeah, you should do the next review of the week.
So, next one is from Charlie, and it is Stealth Inc. 2, A Clone in the Dark. And he gave it a whopping 4.1 out of 5. And he says, quote, Stealth Inc. 2, A Game of Clones is a fantastic follow-up to the brilliant Stealth Inc. A Clone in the Dark. With smart, stealthily puzzle platforming, the nature of this title, you can expect some fun. Sometimes frustrating, but always rewarding gameplay ahead of you if you purchase this game. End quote. So, some high praise there. Yeah. Kyle, have you played it?
I have not. I have the first one, I think, from Plus, maybe.
I think it was on Plus, yeah.
And I still haven't got to that, so you know me. I like to play the first one before the second one. So.
Yeah, I've played a little bit. I think I've only played 3 levels, and it's more of the same. So I mean, if you really love the first one, then the second one is definitely for you because it's more of the same, but with added stuff that make it different. But yeah, definitely read out the full review by Charlie to get a better idea of what this game's all about, since I really haven't played too much of it, and Kyle hasn't played diddly squat. So yeah, what do we got next, Kyle?
All right, so the last review of the week is Broken Age, which was reviewed by Brad, and he gave it a 4.6 out of 5, so very high praise. And he says, quote, Broken Age promised to be a return to the classic point-and-click adventure games from yesteryear, and manages to succeed on that premise in every way. It's a game filled with brilliantly absurd puzzles wrapped around a beautiful story that's told with wit and humor. It is both laugh-out-loud funny and head-banging frustration. Broken Age manages to blend all these elements into a wonderfully charming game that should not be missed. End quote. So, looks like we gotta get playing that Broken Age, although I don't think Tyler's down for that, right, Tyler?
Yeah, I think it's just bad timing for me right now. Like, I love adventure games, I love story games. They're my type of thing, but right now it's not. Like, it is boring the crap out of me, and maybe it's just not the game that's for me. But I do love the art style. I do love the direction they're going. It's just, like I said, maybe bad timing for me right now. I'm not feeling it at all. So, yeah.
So write your hate mail too. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa. Well, all right. So you're not gonna get this one yet, Kyle, or are you wanting it?
I want it, but I don't have the funds at the moment. I just spent a whole bunch of money getting some of the little things that I needed from this sale, so
Yeah.
I don't have the cash to drop on that quite yet. But yes, it is definitely on my list. I like games that are kind of story driven, so it'll be something that I go through and see what's up.
Yeah. Yeah, also, it might be the fact that I was trying to do like a let's play of it on my channel, and doing let's plays can kind of make things seem like more work than it is. So maybe I just need to play and not record and just chill and play it on my own time and like
Maybe.
actually enjoy it. Because I don't know. Right now, it's still on my Vita. I plan on trying it again later, but at the moment, I've got some other stuff I need to clean up and play and whatnot. So
Bloodborne. Oh, sorry.
that would be one. But yeah, anyways, let's head on to those new releases. And since we're a day late, we can actually just go right into those because, like, yeah, we're a day late. So here we go. So for North America and Europe, we're getting Broken Age. For Europe, and a limited release is Damascus Gear Operation Tokyo. What's limited release? Does that mean that only certain countries are getting it?
Yes, there's a list of countries on the site that are not getting it, but the list is quite long, so I didn't want to have to read them out.
Okay, well, all right. Also in Europe, you guys are getting Metal Slug. In North America, we are getting Project Root. In Europe, you guys are getting Sayonara Umihara Kawase Plus. And in North America, we are getting Sketch Cross. So there you go. Those are your new releases. Kyle, any of them gonna grab you?
Well, as I said, Broken Age definitely interests me, so that one is a pickup for sure. Other than that, I'm not a shooter fan of that type anyway, so Project Root is a no. Metal Slug's a little too retro for something I didn't like in the first place, so yeah, I'm gonna be skipping that. Damascus Gear Mech, I'm not a mech fan, so nope. Sayonara Umihara Kawase, I really don't know. Like I thought it was gonna be something else, and then I saw kind of screenshots, and I was like, eh. And then people are saying like it's a really good game, so I don't know whether I should check this out or not, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to do more research on that one. And Sketchcross, it looks unique, but I don't think it's something that I would play more than once, so
Yeah.
probably not.
Well, like I said earlier, if you're into that Sudoku, whatever, however you say that, it's like that. So if you like to do those, then you'd probably be interested. But from the
Eh.
sound of the yeah, from the delay of your voice, it sounds like you don't care. But all right, yeah, for me, I've already got Broken Age, so I've already talked a bit about that. I've already got Damascus Gear. Um, yeah, Metal Slug, not really interested in. Just like you, Project Root, I'm not into those types of shooters either, really. And pretty much you and I are right on the same page with everything in the new releases. So, Sketchcross I've already got. Sayonara Umahari Kawase Plus, not really grabbing my attention, but I've also seen those same things you've been hearing about them being, that game being awesome, so I don't know. But it's not on my to buy list at the moment, so I'm just gonna let it sit there. If I ever want it, I'll pick it up.
It'll be on sale someday.
Yeah, someday. All right, let's head on to the news for this week. And there's not too much, but we'll get right into it. First up, CEO of Spiky Fish Games, Kendall Cormani, has taken to the US PlayStation blog earlier this week to announce the North American release date for Nonogram Puzzle Sketchcross, and it has already come to pass. Launching earlier with over 50 puzzles, from 5x5 sized to 30x30 size, Sketchcross is referred to as a nonogram puzzler, meaning that the puzzle reveals an image and its solution when finished, and the image itself may be a clue to solving the puzzle in the first place. According to Kendall, the game works more specifically like this. Quote, The numbers on the rows columns are groups. The value of those numbers represent the connecting blocks of the group. Each group must be separated by at least one blank space. When you correctly solve the puzzle, you are rewarded with the reveal of your picture. End quote. A game which comes in 3 difficulties, which coincidentally dictate the rules for the helpful hint-based check button in its regular mode, and also happens to support a time-limited 30-second 5x5 muzzle mode called Frenzy. Sketchcross makes an attempt to offer a mode right for you, whether you like things slow or prefer them ridiculously fast-paced instead. Oh, and did I mention it's going to be offered at a discount for PlayStation Plus subscribers. Sketchcross released in North America on the 28th, however a European release has yet to be announced. Next up, it's safe to say that a lot of people were left feeling a little disappointed when Just Add Water announced that while Oddworld New and Tasty was part of the Instant Game Collection, cross-buy would be turned off, meaning claiming it would only entitle you to the PlayStation 4 version. It seems, however, that since the ad announcement, Just Add Water have retracted that statement, now stating, quote, numerous factors, including fan feedback, have prompted us to change our stance on this particular matter. So if you downloaded New and Tasty for PS4 during the PlayStation Plus period, the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita versions of the game will be free for download for you on release, end quote. So if you claim the game during March as a PlayStation Plus entitlement, you'll be able to grab the Vita version for free when it releases sometime in the future, which of course is great news, right? And next up, those looking for some portable romance may be delighted with the announcement that love adventure game Girlfriend Beta Summer Vacation Spent With You is coming to Japan this summer. Girlfriend Beta began in 2012 as a popular smartphone game, which then spawned manga adaptations and anime, and is now heading to Vita. The game is set at Seiyuu Academy, with 8 different characters for the players to attempt to woo and romance. Affection can be created and enhanced via conversations or activities, with a variety of locations available for dates. A localization would appear to be highly unlikely, but you can never be sure with Vita titles, as the community and fan base often drive strange things to happen.
Alrighty, moving on. Spike Chunsoft have revealed lofty sales figures for the sandbox game Terraria. The publisher, who are responsible for bringing Terraria to Japan, have revealed that the game has sold over 500,000 copies since its Japanese release. That figure includes both physical and digital versions of the game, and tallies the total sales on all available platforms in Japan, which include the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, iOS, and Android. Although the official figures for the PS Vita version of the game were not released, it is indeed a positive sign that an indie title, which enjoyed immense success in the West, has made the transition to Asia rather seamlessly. Of course, it helps that the Japanese version of Terraria includes cameos from the Danganronpa series, such as Monokuma, which likely led to an increased interest from the series' devout fans. Next up, developer Inti Creates have revealed the sequel to Galgun, titled Double Peace, will be released in Japan this August. Galgun, or Gungao, I don't know why that's backwards, was originally released on Xbox 360 in January 2011, before eventually being ported to PS3 in Japan. The game fits into the Bishoujo game genre, meaning it includes young, attractive girls, with the target audience being heterosexual males. Obviously. In Galgun Double Peace, the protagonist is shot with a special arrow, which makes all girls fall madly in love with him. Where's mine? This may seem like a pretty swell deal, except that when the magic of the arrow wears off, he will never be able to get a girlfriend again. Wow, that sucks. Never mind. Luckily, he can prevent this by finding true love. Unfortunately, he only has one day to do it. As is tradition, with most new Japanese releases, there will be both a limited edition version of the game as well as first print bonuses. Limited edition versions of the game will include 4 DLC costumes of the Kunoichi, Mystery, Ribbon, and Wedding Dress. Perhaps a little more interesting is the DLC costume that comes bundled with first print copies of the game, titled Uniform That Got Too Destroyed. Interesting. Galgun Double Peace is set to Unleash on Japan on August 4th for PlayStation Vita and PS4. Though the original game was never localized for the West, we still remain hopeful that Double Peace will make it to our shores. And moving on. Last week, Sayonara Umihara Kawase Plus released in both Japan and North America, with the European release date being teased as coming soon after. As you heard earlier, developer Agatsuma Entertainment have made good on that promise, and we now have a European release date for the platformer. Sayonara Umihara Kawase Plus has released on April 30th and will cost €14.99 in mainland Europe and £10.99 in the UK. The European version will include all the same features that are available on the Japanese and North American editions, and this includes the game having 60 stages running at 60 frames per second, 4 playable characters with their own unique abilities, and the original 1994 entry in the series Umihara Kawase bundled in as well. Are you happy, Europe?
Alright, next up. Playism, a digital distribution company, will be publishing Torque L and Croxler Sigma on the PlayStation Network store in North America and Europe. Torque L and Croxler Sigma are known as Dojin Games, which is Japanese for self-published. Both games are already available on the Japanese PlayStation Network store. Torque L is an action puzzler with over 50 puzzle chambers to beat. Read more about it here, so go to the site if you'd like to check that out. Croxler Sigma is a hack-and-slash arcade brawler where the knight and aristocrat factions prodigies battle in the adjuvant trial, a ritual that will decide which faction holds the power. Both have been listed for a 2015 release with no exact date announced, however. As always, you can be sure the Vita Lounge is on the case. And next up, Owen Hill from Mojang has revealed on the European PlayStation blog that Bart, Homer, and company will be heading to Minecraft this week via a Simpsons skin. Although there has been no mention of a release date or price for the release in North America, the European release has gone off without a hitch, delivering the world's favorite cartoon family to your pixelated world at a cost of £329 and €399. It also has been revealed that a new update for the title will add a new female character for players to choose from. Alex has slightly thinner arms than Steve, but she will play in exactly the same way when she releases for free in the next update. Players will be able to choose from 8 Alex skins, 8 Steve skins, and any other skins that they have purchased when it goes live in the near future. Lots of love for Minecraft, so keep crafting loungers. And next up, Date A Live Twin Edition will make its way to Japanese PlayStation Vitas this July, a recent announcement from Compile Hearts has revealed. Date A Live Twin Edition bundles both Date A Live Rin Utopia and Date A Live Ars Install, which were both originally released as PlayStation 3 games, as well as adding in some brand new content in the form of after story called Rio Reincarnation, which can be played without playing either of the main games. The new title will feature the Yamai sisters, Mukyu Izayoi, Rin Sanagami, Maria Ars, Marina Ars, and a new original character named Rio in an all-new story unique to this release. Date A Live Twin Edition hits stores in Japan on July 30th, so get ready for it.
Alrighty, moving on. Developer Arrowhead Studios have released a new patch for their fun multiplayer shooter Helldivers, which we were talking about earlier, which includes a bunch of bug updates as well as some new content for the game. The full patch notes have been released on Arrowhead Studios' website, the list of which are as follows with regards to general and/or PS Vita specific fixes. So first up, there's several galactic-wide web improvements that have been made by Super Earth Command, resulting in improved cross-friends discoverability. You can now request game info from any friend and receive up-to-date info from them. Trophies not received from participation in War 2 should be granted if the user accesses the armory. Each Helldiver now receives 10 commends every week. Influence displayed for the attack events is now shown on the galactic map and manually triggering cross saves, allowing you to be certain that your save game has been uploaded to the cloud. Furthermore, Super Earth now allows for Helldivers to share their specially requested equipment with other Helldivers, which means that DLC is now shared with other local players while in the same game. There's been other equipment updates that have changed the outlay of the equipment and the different abilities that the equipment has. So if you're interested in that, you can check them out on the site. Several general and minor issues have also been fixed, and Arrowhead would like to thank the community for their support in reporting these issues. Keep at it, Helldivers, and make sure to drive the enemy back for democracy. Next up, Atlas has recently revealed that some changes had to be made to Dungeon Travelers 2, the Royal Library, and Monster Seal during the localization process to Western markets. Some of the images from the original Japanese version of the game were deemed a bit inappropriate by the ESRB, and so alterations were made to a few of the images in order to avoid an all-adults-only rating. Atlas says that they're working closely with the ESRB to make sure the game is in compliance with the less restrictive M rating for mature. In response given to Niche Gamer, Atlas insists that none of the 4 images that were altered did not contain full nudity. They identified the controversial images and adjusted them appropriately. Atlas stated that an adults-only rating would have prevented the game from being released in the US, period. The original press release from Atlas is as follows. Quote, Dungeon Travelers 2, the Royal Library, and the Monster Seal presented some challenges during the localization process, specifically adapting some of the fan service content to Western sensibilities. Localization by nature requires some changes to be made for content to be understood en masse, which is why Atlas worked closely with developer Aqua Plus to preserve the game's themes and content to its fullest. In order to comply with restrictions set forth by rating boards, Atlas made concessions on just 4 in-game images. On these images, some minor edits were made and approved by the developer to adjust the overt graphics to within acceptable ranges for the game's M rating. Atlas is committed to being one of the leading publishers of niche JRPGs and are very aware of what impact censorship can have on these import titles. We are confident that the changes we made to the images in Dungeon Travelers 2 were the least invasive possible to still be eligible for release in the West. Thematically, the game remains as true as possible to the original Japanese version, including the preservation of the original Japanese audio, end quote. So it looks like even though they had to censor some stuff, they're doing their best to bring it to us as best they can, guys. Like, I mean, stuff sucks, but at least we got it. Anywho, moving on to the last piece of news for the week. Have you been waiting patiently for news on Concept's upcoming Mega Man-inspired Mighty No. 9 title? A post on the PlayStation blog from new publisher Deep Silver confirmed a console release date for the title, which will be September 15th, but also stated a delay for the Vita version. Apparently the Vita version, which is being developed by Abstraction Games, was just going to be a simpler port, but the handheld versions actually require creation from the ground up and will therefore lead to a delay. The blog post suggests a shortly after, but we have asked Deep Silver what this actually means and will report back if we get word. Mighty No. 9 is the latest game from legendary game producer Kaiji Inafune, and when launched on Kickstarter raised almost $4 million in funding. Heavily inspired and suggested to be the spiritual successor to Inafune's Mega Man series, the game is a 2D action platformer which sees protagonist Beck face off against other Mighty No. 9 creations. And that's the news.
Oh man.
Oh man, indeed.
Not too bad this week, but
some long ones, but it wasn't as long in content, so.
yeah, that's true. Well, all right, let's head on to those talking points.
All right, well, as usual, Tyler, we have announced release games we're looking forward to from the week. So, what looks good?
Well, Mighty No. 9, I'm excited for, although being delayed kind of... But anyways. What else? There's not really much that we talked about in the news that I'm super excited for, but I'm really getting excited for Disney Infinity. I'm also getting excited for Lego Jurassic World. And of course, I'm really wondering why Bandai Namco has not talked about Sword Art Online coming over here yet, because come on now, what's going on? I'm excited for that. And all the other Namco Bandai games that they need to bring over here that we've talked about all the time, I'm excited for. What about you, Kyle?
Well, as to your Sword Art Online comment, the Asian English version hasn't released yet, so it'll probably be after that that they talk about it, if they talk about it, which I think they will.
Ah,
But anywho, so yeah, not really anything that sticks out to me this week at all in the news. Yeah, I'm just gonna say either I have it or I'm not looking at it. But yeah, as always, all those Bandai Namco games that we want over here. I'm looking forward to Steins Gate, which apparently releases in May someplace. I don't know if that's North America. I think it's just Europe, but hopefully we get confirmed for May as well.
yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Not too much in the short term, but that gives me a chance to catch up on backlog, which is a mile deep.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
Indeed.
Like I said, if they just stopped releasing games on the Vita, like right now, I would still be able to play my Vita for like a couple of years of new games.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Like, it's that ridiculous. Anyways, let's head to the next talking point, and it has to do with these PlayStation Plus games. Am I correct?
It does. So we finally got word on what's coming to PlayStation Plus for May, and this is both regions. First up, we're getting The Unfinished Swan. I think you've played this one, haven't you, Tyler?
Nope, but I bought it. It's
Oh,
in my
there you go.
backlog.
So if you weren't like Tyler and you haven't bought it and haven't played it, that's coming next month. We also have Race the Sun, which I guess I should tell you what Unfinished Swan is like. It's a artsy kind of game. It has something to do with a fairy tale, and the story is uncovered by basically uncovering the world. So you kind of paint the world and then go through the story based on the world that you've uncovered. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain.
It's
There's
free.
a review on the site and it's free, so just get it.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Race the Sun, which is a minimalist racing game in the endless runner genre. You basically play as a flying ship and you have to, get as close as you can to the sun. Yeah, it sounds kind of weird, but it's definitely interesting. And if you need something to play, it's definitely worth a look at. Next up is Hohokum, which is apparently a very relaxing game, although it looks like it might not be. It's basically some sort of adventure game, it looks like. I know we have a review on the site, but I'm kind of blanking on this one. Do you know what this one's about, Tyler?
Oh, I've never played it, but it's a very weird game. It's like kind of like a discovery type game. You explore, and just as you explore and do random things, something happens and you just continue on. It's
All
a very
right,
trippy
so
looking game.
yeah, it's definitely colorful and unique looking. So if you like something like Monster Bag, this might be for you because it's kind of unique looking like that.
Yeah, I'm glad this one's coming on Plus, because this is one that I actually constantly thought about buying, and I'm just like, nah, I don't need it. And now that it's free, bam, there we go.
You know what? It's funny that you say that because all these games that came for Vita this month, or well, next month for Plus, are all games that are like that for me. Where I was like, I don't know if I want to, and then they give them to me, so I'm like, okay, I'll play them.
Yeah.
So yeah, seems like they're all like that for me. But anywho, moving to the fourth game, because there is 4 games, 2 of those due to cross-buy that come out. And they the last game is Murasaki Baby, and I know you've played this one, Tyler, so why don't you tell us what it's about?
Yeah, so it's a touch-based game, which might turn you off for a second, but it's actually a really unique touch-based game, and you guide a baby through a very mysterious, dark, weird world, and that's pretty much it. You guide her around, there's puzzles to solve, kinda. More like dangers, like you gotta navigate her through. And I actually haven't beat it yet, but I've been wanting to, and it's very weird. Definitely try it out. And I mean, it's free on Plus, so you have no excuses.
Well, there you go. So yeah, four games this month. So if you don't have a PlayStation Plus subscription, now's the time to get one.
Which you should have already got it for Killzone because it's free right now.
Well, if you get it now, then you can still get Killzone, and you can get the next one. Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, so do
So
that.
go get one now.
Well, all right. That's all our talking points, right?
That is all our talking points.
All right. Well, let's jump into that listener mail. And we've got quite a bit, it seems.
Not too much, but we've got some. First up, we've got mail from Jack Gall via email, and he says, "Jack again, one sentence. Persona 5 for Vita, is it possible? Thanks, Jack."
Anything's possible, Jack. I think it is, although there would be a lot of toning down on things. Like if you watch the trailer where he's walking around, I don't know if he's in a school or in a subway. I think he's in a subway, and there's a ton of people walking around being active. I think that kind of stuff would have to be toned down, like maybe taking out a couple unnecessary characters out of that scene, or just in the town that you're walking around in. But everything else I saw, it doesn't seem like it's that crazy. Obviously, graphics would be dropped a bit, but if they were to announce it tomorrow saying that the Vita version's coming, a week later or like a month later, I'd be like, I'm waiting. I'm not even going to worry about it. Because I would so rather play it on the Vita, just because that's what I play most of the time. So, yeah, I think it's possible. But do I think it's actually going to happen? That's a different story. What about you, Kyle?
Yeah, I definitely think it's possible. I definitely think it's probable, even. With all the Persona games being currently available on the Vita, I think that them not bringing it would be kind of a big middle finger to the Japanese audience, and I don't think they would do that because I think, Persona on Vita has shown that it's viable and they support kind of that kind of stuff. It's Atlas, so I think I think we're gonna get it.
Ooh.
I don't think it'll necessarily be soon, but I think we're gonna get it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, all right. Thanks, Jack, for your question. Let's head on to the next one. This is from Gary Huss at Huss Not Huff. No, Huss Not Huff. It's HUSSNOTHUFF. And he says, what are your thoughts on this trend of the Vita versions of games getting delayed until a later date? First New and Tasty, then Axiom Verge and Bastion, now Mighty Number 9. My thought is, better late than never.
I don't know. It depends. Certain games, when they're released, are the time to play them. Now, I don't necessarily think any of those games are like that, but if it was a game like that and they released it and they skipped the Vita version and said, like, way down the line, I'd probably play it on another platform, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, like, stuff I know is coming and stuff that isn't, like, time sensitive, like, certain things you kind of have to play with friends and stuff like that, and they don't play it as often down the line, so you want to play it now. I don't know. Those kind of things don't really work, but
yeah,
for those games, yeah, I agree. Better late than never.
Yeah, it's always better late than never. But some of them are kind of annoying. Like with Mighty Number 9, I mean, that's a Kickstarter game, and a lot of Kickstarter people that wanted the Vita version are going to be like, oh, I'm going to just be sitting here while all these other Mighty Number people are enjoying their game, having a blast. Yay for us. We supported your game, but we're getting it late. It kind of sucks. For Axiom Verge, though, that's one dude making that game. Like, not even joking, one person made Axiom Verge, and you kind of got to understand that one person, it's not going to be on every platform right away, so that makes sense. For the other ones, though, it's frustrating, but at the same time, it's a business, and you got to hit the platform that's going to give you the most sales right off the bat, and hope that you can push it out on the other platforms. But it is frustrating. But like he says, better late than never. So yeah, thanks Gary for your question. Well, let's head on to the next one, Kyle.
All right, this one's from our very own Liam Langan at Liam Hangover on Twitter. And he says, with the delay of Mighty Number 9, do you see this as another dev shafting the Vita? Do you think it'll eventually be canceled? What do you think, Tyler?
Well, shafting the Vita, it kind of is. It feels that way, but I don't know. It's a little weird because it is a Kickstarter game, and I don't understand how they're able to make so much money off a Kickstarter and then just throw the game to another company to make for another platform. It's like, wait a minute, you Kickstarted it for the Vita, meaning you guys were saying you're gonna get it on the Vita, but I guess it doesn't say like we're gonna make it on the Vita, so it's kind of. And then will it ever eventually get canceled? No, because it's a Kickstarter game that they said it's one of their goals, and that means they have to do it technically. So they would lose a shit ton of money if they're like, we're not bringing it to the Vita now. A lot of people could just go report them on Kickstarter, and Kickstarter would be, you need to refund all of their money, and that would just destroy that company. So highly unlikely that it gets canceled unless some crazy stuff happens. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what would have to happen. Crazy stuff. So yeah, don't worry about that, Liam. It's coming. Just later, unfortunately. What about you, Kyle?
All right, so do I see this as another dev shafting the Vita? And no, what would be shafting the Vita would be not releasing your game at all. That would be shafting the Vita. And we've seen plenty of that, so don't be like that. As for do I think it'll eventually be canceled, as Tyler said, it's a Kickstarter game, so they pretty much can't cancel it without like a huge backlash of bullshit, and it's like not even, people whining bullshit, it's like, legal bullshit. So yeah, they're not going to do that. So yeah, you can be sure that it'll come. It's just when it's going to come, then nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Well, all right. Thanks, Liam, for your question. Let's head on to the next one, and this one is from The Cycling Wolf on Twitter, at The Cycling Wolf. And he says, since the Golden Week sale dropped and contains so much Vita love, do you think Sony is waking up to the Vita?
No. 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 I don't think throwing us a bone every once in a while is waking up to the Vita at all. No.
This sale happens every year. It's Golden Week.
Well, it happened last year and it happened this year, but yeah, Europe didn't get anything.
Oh, awkward.
Shafted.
Well, all right. Yeah, I agree with you, Kyle. No, it's just a sale. I mean, maybe if it was a sale and then they're like, guess what? We've also got announcements. Here's a video for you to download and watch some Vita games that you don't even know about. Kind of like a Nintendo Direct or something. I'd be like, whoa! But that's not what it is. Still awesome, though. Some great games in the sale, which we'll get to later. But anyways, yeah, they're still sleeping over there.
Definitely. All right. Thank you, The Cycling Wolf. Moving on to our last listener mail of the week. This one's from L at L_materia on Twitter, and she asks, do you think we'll ever see Final Fantasy XII on the Vita? I love that game. Smiley face.
I feel like we've answered this question before, but I can't remember. There's so many Final Fantasy games. I know we've been asked about another Final Fantasy game, but I'm not really sure. I don't know how well Final Fantasy X HD did on the Vita, but there's always a chance. Square Enix likes to re-release their games and make money, so why not? They don't seem to want to redo Final Fantasy VII for some crazy reason, but they'll make all these other ones. But yeah, there's a chance, but I don't really see it as being very high, unfortunately. I think if they ever did remake 12, it would be probably PS4, PS3, and they'd just be like, meh, we don't want to waste of time. But that's me just being negative right now. What about you, Kyle?
Yeah, I don't think it's in the cards. I just don't think that, Square Enix would put that much effort into something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems like they kind of put 10 and 10x2 out there to satisfy people, and then they were like, there you go, here's a game, go away.
Yeah.
That, I don't know, that just kind of seems like Square Enix's modus operandi. So I don't really think that we're gonna get a 12 or anything else.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, I mean, just go back to the PlayStation experience when they showed Final Fantasy VII and everyone freaked out thinking it was an HD thing, and it was just like, now it's playable on PS4. Have fun. So, I mean, they like, ugh, yeah. Anyways. Sorry, El. It doesn't seem like it's very likely, but you never know. Always have hope. Bug them. Send them tweets. Who knows? You could be the reason why they bring it to the Vita. And then we'll praise you. All right. Is that all the questions we've got, Kyle?
As far as I know, did you get any I didn't, Tyler?
I don't think so. Pretty sure I have
Well, there you
tagged
go.
in all those ones that we've gotten. So yeah, thank you everyone for all your questions. We don't have Guess That Game because Liam's not here, but I am hearing...
I'm still winning.
Yep, Kyle's winning
yeah.
3-0. But what I'm hearing from Liam is that he'll be here next week. He was going to be here this week, but unfortunately we're a day late and he wasn't available today, so womp womp. But yeah, hopefully next week he'll be here. So let's head on to check this out. Kyle, what are we going to check out?
All right, well, I've got a couple of recommendations for you this week because of the awesome sale and because of the awesome games in the awesome sale. So first up, we have North America, and I'd like to recommend that you get Akiba's Trip, Undead and Undressed, which is on sale on PS Plus for $20 or $24 if you don't have PS Plus, and it's regular $40, so that's a good deal. Also, Hatsune Miku Project Diva F on sale for $15. That's PlayStation Plus. The regular sale is $18 and it's regular $29.99, so good deal there as well. Then there's my, of course, favorites-ish. Senran Kagura Bon Appetit and Senran Kagura Shinobi Versus. They're both on sale. Bon Appetit is $7.49 for PlayStation Plus, $8.99 for non-PlayStation Plus, and regular $15. So decent deal there as well. Shinobi Versus is $19.99 for Plus, $23.99 if you don't have Plus, and regular $40. So again, great deals. And last up, if you haven't played any of the Tukiden games and haven't got Kiwami and want a deal or want to kind of dip your foot in the water, Tukiden Age of Demons is on sale in North America for $12. That's PlayStation Plus. The regular sale is $16 and it's regular $40. So huge discount there if you're looking to put your foot in the water of Tukiden. And as for Europe, they didn't get as much in the sale category. However, Nidhogg is 40% off. The original price is £11.99 and €14.99, and you get additional 20% off for PlayStation Plus subscribers. So Nidhogg is awesome. Tyler and I had a lot of fun with it, and especially if you have somebody else to play with, it's super good. So get that. And yeah, big check this out, but you should check all those games out.
Agreed. I have played pretty much all of them except for Hatsune Miku and Bon Appetit. But I agree with all of those other ones, for sure.
There you go.
Well, all right, let's head on to threads to check out also. What should we check out in the threads, Kyle?
All right. Well, this isn't a new thread, but it has been newly updated. My complete list of PlayStation Vita games in the games section has been freshly updated with everything all the way up to right now, April 30th. So if you're looking to find out what has been released or what will be released on Vita and when, that's the place to go. The list has like 600 and something games, I think, on it, maybe 700 and something games on it. So yeah, I'm pretty complete. You can pretty much trust anything there, and I check it all the time, so should be verified and good.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely go check that out, and you'll just be amazed at everything. Well, all right, I think that's all we've got, Kyle.
Indeed it is.
So let's get out of here. You can find everything that we talked about on the VitaLounge.net. You can email us your questions at mediaservices@thevitalounge.net. We're all on Twitter at the Vita Lounge. I'm at Mr. PSVita Reviews. Kyle is at Teflon Tactics. We're on Facebook. Just search the Vita Lounge. We're also on YouTube. Just look up youtube.com/loungeplay. We post up lounge plays. We post up the podcast. We post up previews for the months of the release games. That was said terribly. We post up previews for games that are releasing in the month. And I'm pretty sure Kyle is working on one for May, correct?
I am, so that should be out very soon, and we'll be sure to tweet that and include that in our preview on the site.
Oh yeah, so get ready for that. We also post up some other stuff like, wait, what else was I thinking? What was I thinking? I don't know. Anyways, we post stuff up there. Yeah, that's what it was. I knew there was something else. We post up live streams whenever we get the chance. Also, the magazine, it's out now. Go grab it. And we're already...
I got my copy, Tyler. You don't have yours yet.
I don't yet. I'm jealous. I'm very
It's
jealous.
so good, Tyler. You want a physical copy. Until you have it in your hand, it's just not the same, man.
Yeah,
it's just not the same.
Whatever. Anyways.
So pretty. It's so pretty.
Yep. If you want to be like Kyle and get your hands on a physical copy, I think it's up now, right, for issue 2?
Yes, it is, and we will be doing back issues for issue 1. So if you're wanting one of those, get in touch so we can kind of figure out how many we need.
Well, all right, there you go. So that's patreon.com/thevitalounge if you'd like to support us and help us with our magazine goals and mission. Well, there you go. We're also needing people to sign up for the forum, so thevitalounge.net/forum. Go ahead and sign up. Join the conversation, introduce yourself, become a part of that community. There's a lot going on there. Also, we're on iTunes. Just look up the Vita Lounge, or not the Vita Lounge, look up the VitaCast, and you should find us there. Subscribe to us, rate us, let us know how we're doing. And that would be the VitaCast, episode 73 for all of you and me. I had to.
And me.
Of course, Kyle. Can't forget you. Well, bye.
Bye, Senran Kagura.